name is Shirley Gaither, and I have taught hundreds of children how to read. I've taught preschool, I've taught school, I have done everything imaginable, I've tutored. So today we are going to learn the letter S. Now when I learn the letter S or any letter, we always use all 5 senses. That way your child retains what they've been taught. Do you ever have a child, or maybe your child, and they start to learn sounds, and then the next day you ask them the letter you learned the previous day and they've forgotten it? If you use all 5 senses, then they will retain it and they will remember it. So we start out and we introduce the letter. So I would say today we're going to learn the letter S. What sound are we going to learn? S. S makes a sound like in salamander. Always use the same cards when you introduce the letter and when you review the letter. Don't use all kinds of different pictures. That's too confusing for the children. Next, we're going to go to the sound of touch. So on this bag, I have gone around my house and I have found things that begin with S, or the letter S sound. So I have a child reach in, they can't look, and they feel. And if they can't guess it, maybe they guess circle, and you pull it out, and you don't reprimand him and say, oh no, it's not a circle. You just say skull, skull, and then you reach for another one, soup, sponge, spice, and snowflake. You can see that these are all just items around my house. You don't have to buy anything expensive. Then we go on to some more of the hearing and the seeing. And you can find these books on scholastic.com/book clubs. And there's a book for every letter of the alphabet. And this is called Sill's Silly Sandwich. And I always emphasize it. They won't catch on if you just say Sill's Silly Sandwich. They won't get it. They'll just think it's a story. So one Sunday, Sill invited his friends for supper, and I read the whole story like that. Then we go on and we write the letter S. So now you're using touch. So we practice writing the letter S in the air. I show them how to write it. S is a tricky one, but the more they practice, the better they get. And every time they write the letter S, you say SS, 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 and I have them leave a finger space in between. 3 and 4-year-olds won't be able to do that. So a lot of times I will write it in for them, for the 3-year-olds especially, and they just need to trace over it. For the 4-year-olds, I would write some of the letters they could trace over, and then I would have them write some all by themselves. Then another thing you can do for writing is there's all kinds of boards like this, and just remember when you write, oh my finger's caught, just to say SS, SS, SS. And then there are worksheets that are in this book, 5 Easy Steps to Reading. These handwriting pages are in there also. They're for every single letter of the alphabet. In the book, they're a little smaller, but they still work just fine. So we go, oh, what do we have that begins with the letter S? We have Sill and we have 6. Then we go over these pictures. These pictures are tricky and they don't always know the pictures, so I always go over them with them. And the ones that they would cut out, I kind of emphasize a little bit. Santa, socks, monkey, turtle, seesaw, 7, scissors, banana, saw, sun, hanger. And then they cut those out and they glue them on here. And then of course, the very best thing they want is the taste part of using your 5 senses. And so we have a sucker. Now, these are the basics. You repeat this for every single letter. The other stuff you do and the other activities, they are fun, but they are not teaching them the sound and the letter of S. They're reinforcing it. So today I'm going to turn this down just a little bit so you can see what we have. I have rolled some Play-Doh out, and I have a card. And of course, all the kids love to make snakes. So we trace over the letter S. Now notice how we're still using all of our 5 senses. This way they also get to build up their finger strength by molding it with their fingers, pinching it off, rolling it, and then the next thing we have is, I got these on Teachers Pay Teacher. It's the letter S. You have capital S and lowercase s, and you also can circle some items that begin with S. These are pattern blocks. Now, I put the pattern blocks out for the children, and so they just go in and fill this in. I won't do it and bore you, but you can see that that's another way to emphasize the letter S. Then another thing you can do is these cards. Now these cards actually go with the basic teaching that we did at the beginning. It has a capital S and a lowercase s. So we look at this, we draw it with our finger, we trace over it with our finger, and we say SS. Then we have what I call a magic bag. And in one of the videos, I explain a little bit about this, and we put it in a bag, and I will do intensive video on how to use this. Then you have puppets that you can do with paper sacks. That's hard to see, I apologize. Then you have a snake. You have the letter S, and you cut these out and glue them, and you can see right here how you make the letter S. So these are all fun things to do. There's another thing you can do. You can get smelly markers, and you can write capital S and lowercase s. You can smell them, and then you have Dippin' Dots, and you can simply trace over the letter with a Dippin' Dot. And while you do it, you say SS, 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 SS. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today. It's been fun for me to make. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. My email is in the description, and I would love to help you with anything you would like. And I will share the link